Hello you guys, welcome back to the Trending Mzansi channel. Now on this channel I give my commentary on what is trending in the trending or social media streets, and right now the story that's blowing up is that of Unathi versus Sizwe from Khaya FM. Now for a little bit of a backstory, what had happened was Unathi's contract got terminated from Khaya FM after she had an altercation with Sizwe. Now Unathi hosted the midday show from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and then Sizwe would carry on over from 3 in the afternoon up until 6. Now they would usually have this interaction just in between, just the crossover before Unathi show ends and Sizwe show starts. Now because they've had this altercation, Khaya FM saw it fit to let go and terminate Unathi's contract after they all brought their receipts to the table. Now guys, for all of you who might not know, I'm all about receipts. I care about receipts, okay? Once I get my receipts, I'll be making you video so that you make up your own mind as to what is happening. Now on Friday, Unathi released this video to share her side of the story about the events that took place. Now this comes after Sizwe immediately on Sunday, after Sunday World released the article to tell us what happened so that Unathi contract gets terminated. She saw it fit on Friday to respond to what Sizwe was saying on Twitter, and this is what she said in the video.
I've been silenced by Khaya. I received a letter stating that I may not speak of the matter publicly because of the contractual agreements we all have as freelancers. I was specifically told that I cannot use my platform to share my version of events. The only matter I will address, because it is very important to me, is the theme of GBV that keeps on coming up. This all started when Sizwe made reference to GBV in South Africa in one of his many posts about me. But GBV had nothing to do with the matter. I never alleged at any time that Sizwe committed any act of gender-based violence against me. Sizwe knows this. Khaya knows this. But when Sizwe's comments led to people thinking that I made false allegations against Sizwe regarding GBV, and neither Sizwe nor Khaya do anything about the narrative or to correct the narrative, I'm obviously compelled to speak up. For the record, Sizwe and I both submitted in writing allegations against each other. Some found it and some found not to be, from both of us. I have handed the matter against Khaya to my attorney to handle legally. And in closing, Sizwe and I are not friends. I decided to distance myself from him the day he decided it was okay to say on air that my marriage failed because of the way I allow my children to prepare umphokoqo.
Okay, you guys, now this is I found it weird. I asked myself, what is umphokoqo? But thank goodness, Sizwe released an audio, and now I understand that umphokoqo is actually phuthu. And they had a conversation about this. Now, Sizwe went to his Twitter account immediately after Unathi did this video. The following day, I presume, is when it started to get traction. And even City Press has released the full recording of that altercation allegedly that had happened between the two of them. Now Sizwe started on his Twitter thread, okay, here's the clip, listen for yourselves, okay? And I went on and I listened to this audio, and this is how it went
Great,
down.
How are you?
I am well, thank you.
What's happening?
Tell me, do you ever get offended when people offer you leftovers?
As in food?
Yeah.
No, I just don't take them.
Why not?
You know how I feel about my health. Come on.
But even in the house, obviously not a stranger's leftover, but even in the house.
No, of course we eat leftovers in the house. I cook double so that we always eat leftovers.
And so if your son, for example, didn't finish food, would
He
you
always
finish
does. They always do. Mommy, I'm full. Do you want to finish this?
And do you?
If it's healthy, yes. If it's not, then I'm like, then I give them the same look I just gave you on some snuggle, imbo, and then they laugh. Like if it's pizza, I'm like, I've had one slice. I don't want to. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But leftovers are lovely, guys. They're very tasty. They're more tastier than the original meal, don't you think?
I definitely feel that way. There's certain things that are just better the following day.
But when Anje says it is a known fact in the building. 100%. Everybody knows.
Everywhere I've ever worked, in fact.
Everywhere.
And when people don't tell you.
Like you get so hurt if I just finish something. Like as you're walking up to me, you're like, how unsta, and I'm like, Sizwe, you and I are not married.
And I've always got space in my tummy, actually.
Everybody in the building, literally from left to right, through all the studios, knows wena uyikhalist.
100%.
So yeah, leftovers?
100%.
Yeah.
What?
Your favorite leftovers? Do you have favorite leftovers? I do. Musho is smacks.
Actually, not musho for me. Amasi the following day are always better.
Amasi, yes. Non-pokoko, but not already mixed. It must be still apart.
No, already mixed. What is this?
No. Because I want to reheat.
And also, for me, amasi is... What do you mean reheat?
I reheat mpokoko, add butter.
For amasi?
Mpokoko. Yes, for amasi. So I reheat it, add butter, more salt, and then I khoya amasi with cream and milk.
Salt? In amasi?
When I'm fagiswegile.
No, nothing.
You don't cook that. Have you ever cooked mpokoko?
Yes.
You put salt in the milimil.
No, but not if you're making it for amasi.
Yes, you do.
No.
That's another topic for another day.
We've done that one about amasi.
No, but just salt.
If you're making uputu
yes,
for ikabishi, like cabbage,
yes,
then you put salt.
It's the same thing. It's savory. You put salt. I put salt. I put salt. My mother taught me how to make it with salt. Her mother taught her how to make it with salt.
I almost said something, but you got mad at me.
No, say it. I don't mind. I'm always mad at you.
That's why you couldn't keep umendo. That's why.
That's because I'm a failed wife, right?
No,
of course.
Okay, you guys. I listened to both sides of this audio. I have asked about a couple of inconsistencies. I don't know whether you guys have noticed, but Unathi over there said that she was highly offended with Sizwe criticizing how she lets her children prepare umpogok. Zingena pingani sis Unathi. I did not hear that on this audio. What instead I hear is Sizwe saying that is why your marriage failed, because you, not the kids. I didn't hear the kids. The kids were not implicated in this conversation. And of course, she's the one who threw the first jab, because you can't tell umuntu ukuthi uyahaha, I mean, that's offensive. You can even tell with the pitch of Sizwe's voice going a little bit high that he was a bit uncomfortable with Usis Unathi telling the whole country that we are ha. I mean, what is that? So he said he was joking towards the end of the clip. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased, but you guys share your comments down below and let me know if what I heard is what you heard. But then Sizwe continued with his thread of tweets, and the second tweet he said, okay, now that's out of the way, this is what Unathi accused me of. I didn't know the details of her accusatory mail until she accidentally copied me on her response, not realizing that I would then obtain a copy of the entire chain. And the email read like this, you guys. It said, I hope this mail finds you in good health. Disclaimer, this email is by Unathi to management. So yesterday during the crossover of my show to Khaya Drive with Sizwe saw at me and was extremely aggressive towards me for pointing out that he is always late to take over the desk for his show. With immediate rhetoric was just, okay, this is what she's saying Sizwe said to her. Just effing leave. Then just effing leave. Shouting this across the room in front of Kinelwe, Tyleri and Sandile. As I explained to him that my contract ends at 3 p.m., I cannot leave until he officially takes over. He continued to scream at me, telling me he has a lot to deal with, asking me if I understood how much he had to deal with. This behavior is unprofessional, unacceptable, and abusive. I have reported him to Tulu and Maikanya. Regards. Then Sizwe added another tweet to this thread. He said, I was asked for my version of events and I shared the following. So this is Sizwe's email to the very same guy, the very same management, okay, that was investigating this matter. The email reads like this: I walked into studio at 15:04 as Gineilwe was reading the news. Unathi said, Sizwe, my show ends at 1500 hours. I'd appreciate it if you don't waste 4 minutes of my time. I responded, who's wasting your time? She responded, you are. I then said, you can leave if you want to. Nobody asked you to stay here. She then said, they will fire me if I leave the studio unattended. I said, that's not my problem. Nobody asked you to stick around. That's your issue. She then said, okay, I'll report you. I said, go ahead. She then stomped out of the studio. Thanks, Sizwe. Okay. Then on another tweet, he said, a few minutes later, I, Sizwe Lomo, emailed the following. My recommendation is that you liaise with IT and obtain a recording of the interaction. Those mics are always on, so it should be available somewhere. So Sizwe is actually the one who contacted the investigation team to go and get a hold of the audio recordings. Now, allegedly, the mics in studio, I have never worked in radio, but allegedly the mics are always on. It's just a button that they have for on and off air so that we, the audience, don't get to hear everything that is being recorded. But the mics themselves are always recording in the studio. So if they had the altercation, like they say, in the studio, then those mics recorded everything and picked up the argument. Now, it is being alleged that City Press has that particular recording and they are releasing it today. So we will wait on that just so we can hear the full audio of the actual argument that happened after this Mpogoko situation. Guys, I hope you enjoy this video, and until the next upload, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe to this channel for more issues that are trending.